Hey everyone, welcome back to By Devon Nails. I'm so excited that you are here today. If you are loving what you're seeing, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Today, I am so excited to be introducing this mani that I absolutely loved making. I started with my Nailzinacoffin decals. These ones are really gorgeous. See if I can, there we go. So these are Ocean Agate and they have these blues and teals, so pretty. And I knew the perfect thing to add to these would be Sassy Mouth's Whipped Cream Glowkini. So Sassy Mouth gifted all of the Nailzinacoffin ambassadors with this beautiful white powder that glows, and it has a great glow. You'll see it in the reveal in the end. And I already had some other Sassy Mouth colors from before, so I paired them all together for this mani that you're about to see in progress. I hope that you love it as much as I do. Remember, you can always use Devon10 at Nailzinacoffin to grab all of these amazing nail decals, and check out Sassy Mouth too. Grab their Glowkini to put under all of your manis. This will definitely glow under a whole bunch of colors, not just decals. All right, y'all, let's get started. Hey y'all, so here we go. So this is Ocean Agate. If you are loving this abstract kind of swirly color pattern, definitely check out Nailzinacoffin because they have several others, I think 3 or 4 at this point, that are a similar abstract to this. I paired it with Sassy Mouth Dip for a Cause. I think these came out in May or April of last year, like 2022, and they supported the Mental Health Foundation. So it's the Mental Health Foundation trio, and Sassy Mouth has a cause, a foundation, a nonprofit that they support once a month, and the organization that they support changes each month. So you can see down here in the bottom, here are the organizations that are coming up. So like in September, they're going to be supporting St. Jude, and they release a duo or a trio that somehow coordinates with the mission of that organization, and they donate proceeds from that sale to those organizations. So these ones were the Mental Health Foundation. They were released several months ago, but when I was on their website the other day, I saw that you can still get them, and they're gorgeous. I put the Whipped Cream Glowkini, also from Sassy Mouth, which they gifted to us Nailzinacoffin ambassadors, under all of these nails. I decided to go with 2 layers. That way the glow would really shine through, even through the glitter that you saw that was part of that trio. So that's how I'm going to start this mani. I'm going to use this Glowkini as my base layers, and it is a great way to do base layers with a glow, and you definitely can't go wrong with this Glowkini because it's white, so it's going to be able to go under any color without significantly changing the look that you're going for. The only exception to that would be if you are going for some sort of like a jelly where you want to be able to see through your nail, then you would maybe not want to put a glow color like this underneath. But I think that manis like that are a little bit more rare. So when I say you can put them almost under everything, that is my not a pro tip, is use your glow powders to build those apexes to make those base layers. Glow colors come in all different colors of glow, and you can also find them where the powder is a color. I like the white, like I said, because I can really put anything on top of this without it significantly changing the look. And so now I'm going to go in with It's Okay Not to Be Okay. It's a really pretty teal color. And I'm doing a little bit of color blocking. I want to use this trio to kind of match a little bit the feel that I'm getting from those Ocean Agate decals. This dip worked so well. I've used it before, I think in 2 or 3 other manis. I'm just going to do a solid nail on the pinky and the thumb. I like to lay my tips in. You saw it here. So if you were doing it on your natural nails, I always just dip in my natural nails with my palms up. And when I'm doing tips like this, I like to just slightly roll to the side. I think it creates a really even look, and I get a lot less buffing.
So I was thinking about adding in a little bit of some nail striping tape. So that's what I was doing here, was seeing if I had a color that I liked, kind of playing around there. I go into these manis with an idea, but I also like to just do what comes to me. I like to have fun with it. And I do use my kind of masking tape here to create my color blocking. So I use this really cute little dip cup here. It was a gift from my friend Karen from KMG Design Dip. So thank you so much, Karen. It came in super handy here because I wanted to make sure I got a good amount of those big chunky glitters. And I knew if I poured over, I was going to get more of the smaller glitters. And if I dipped straight in, I thought I might get not a good even base. So by pouring it into this little dish, I could kind of move it around, tap it to get out exactly what I was looking for. For this nail here, I decided to do my kind of easy color blocking where you dip it in just slightly at the tip and then kind of push it forwards. You end up with a little bit of a curve. It's definitely not perfect. And then I'm going to dip it back into the solid teal to get the rest of the nail. I'm going to do a second layer here with the glitter, not broken. And these glitters went on so well. They laid really flat. I am using my finger here to kind of push them a little bit to make sure that they're not under the tape. So I want my line to be pretty crisp. It's okay if a glitter here or there just for this look. It doesn't have to be exactly right. And then I am going to dip this one into this kind of more seafoamy green, which I really like. I like how when it was paired with the decal, some of the whiter areas and peachy areas, they kind of started to pull a little bit more green when paired with this trio from Sassy Mouth. Just going in to get a few more glitters. So you can kind of see I just kind of bend it in just a little bit to get it just on that end part and then dip it into the darker teal. I'm going to cover all of these with my Clear as Day from KMG Design Dips. It is a great clear. And after I put on the clear, my second not a pro tip is I do press down lightly on my chunky glitters to kind of push them down a little bit more. Any that are kind of sticking up, it helps to smooth them some. And when I'm putting on my base liquid on a chunky glitter, I do try to get all the way around the glitter. So I try to apply that dip liquid in many different directions so that I get it all around those chunky glitters and underneath any that are sticking up just slightly. And now I'm going to activate and buff to get ready to put on my decals. I use a sticky base coat to put on my decals. I do not use gel and I don't use my dip liquids. I have used dip liquids. They definitely work, but you do have to move fast. So I'm going to lay my water slide here into my water and I try to do it for as short amount of time as possible. They are water soluble inks, and so the minute you put them into the water, if you're leaving them in too long, you are going to risk your beautiful colors getting a little bit muddled, a little bit washed out. I even try to avoid getting water on the top where the color is because all the water is doing is getting that white paper wet enough that it can pull off. So less than 15 seconds, I put it onto my jelly stamper to remove that white paper. And then I put on my sticky base coat. And I love the sticky base coat from Clear Jelly Stamper. I think it has a perfect dry time and it works really well for me. So I use my finger or a silicone brush and I kind of start in the middle and I push down towards the sides. And as I'm doing that, I look for where it is popping up and I cut off the excess and I do a little snip It's almost like it is in the corners. Sometimes I do a few more. You just want to give it space to be able to roll over. Then I use my activator and I put a quick swipe over the top. You don't want to move too slowly on that because it will start to get a little sticky because it is melting your decal. Now this is great because it's going to melt it to help you to get it nice and smooth. It also helps the edges to roll over. You can use this on both your natural nails as well as on tips like you see me doing here. When I do it on my natural nails, I also have an acetone pen that I run around the edges to help me take off the excess. I don't have to worry as much about the excess here when I'm doing it on tips because it's just going to roll over and go under the tip. Obviously, you can't do that when it's your natural nails because you can't go under the nail that's near your cuticle line. So I'm going to go in and do all of that same process with the second one. So I've got 15 seconds, just enough to get the paper wet. Pull the paper off using my jelly stamper. Then I put on that clear jelly stamper sticky base coat. I cut where I need to be able to fold it down. And then I press from the middle on out and cut off any excess that I don't need. I did a few more slices here around the edge to help them fold all the way under. Use my Activate to help melt and make this decal super smooth. And then I go in with that little silicone brush now that it's a little sticky from being melted. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to encapsulate all of these. So I already put clear onto the top of the 3 dip powder nails. And I'm going to wipe down my 2 decals with alcohol because I'm going in with a layer of base. So I put Activate first on the dip powder so they're all in almost the same step. And I'm going to put a layer of dip powder, or I'm sorry, a layer of my base liquids. I use iDippedThat, and I'm just going to let that dry. I did wipe them down with alcohol so that I wouldn't contaminate my brush, but I'm going to let that dry, and while it dries, I'm going to buff the rest of these that I have previously activated. Remember when you do your clear layers to always use your stiff brush. So once that layer of dip liquid is dry, I'm then going to do a second one and dip these straight into clear so that I can encapsulate that decal and give it more longevity. I want to really make sure that no water can get to that decal because if it does, that's when your decal is going to rip or kind of just get not as great looking. So I definitely make sure that that clear goes all the way around the tip. If I was putting these on my natural nails, I make sure it went all the way to the free edge and even capped it a little bit. Then I'm going to take off all of the excess, just like always, Activate. And now I'm ready to do just a light buffing. That clear is going to protect my decal, so I can definitely do as much buffing as I need to do. And I'm going to use my tweezers and this little tool here just to get off some of the excess from the back. I think it's easier once I've activated that clear, so you can kind of just file it away. Doing a little bit more filing and wiping these all down with alcohol before I go onto that last activate. It's less activator this time, and then I wipe them all down with alcohol once it's soaked in. I don't wait that long, about the time to go through all 5 nails. And now I'm going to go in with my top coat. I do 2 layers of top coat. The first one is very fast, 1, 2, 3 on each nail, trying to get kind of a dollop of top coat on the end so that I'm not touching my bristles to the nails. And then I go back through with what you're seeing now, which is that second layer, which is a little bit more precise, getting all of the areas. And here is the final, and what we've all been waiting for, here is the glow. I absolutely love how the glitter with the glow matches so well to that decal. This has been by Devon. Thanks, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.